You being here today, and our city representative, thank you for being here. We appreciate that. You've got the monthly and year-to-date stats and balances.
Yeah, if you look into April, you'll see that when we talk about cremains, I mean, this year it was over. A lot of that is due to the weather breaking from winter passing, so they'll vary. If you look at the back page, we're still only 41%. And it'll change after this last couple of weeks.
Any other questions on that? Okay,
Nope.
all right, we got the deed signed, so,
All righty.
Cal, unfinished
We'll
business?
really get into this, huh? Okay, should be short. Hopefully I can talk quick and we'll get out of here. We get into old business. The water lines are still an issue. Aaron has not been able to get out to see me yet. As you'll see in new business, I'm starting to go forward with some of it. They will not, if somebody would come up and talk to you, I am not livening up the old section of water. I will not turn it in. I've got too many leaks and we've not fixed the leak. Had anybody come from the last one. So there's some things we're gonna be doing, which I'll talk down in new business. So that'll be there for quite a while until I get some things resolved. In a new business, we have had the first pour. We poured roughly around 30, I believe, was in the first pour that was done. We currently are gonna be pouring this next Thursday. I have 28 on the list, excuse me, for this pour. So we will definitely get the second pour in before Memorial Day, probably not a third. Some like a third, I don't have a lot. I think I just have one, I think that's come in since I shut this one off. So I doubt if we'll get enough in time to do it. With that, you can see that we've been working on cremation 2. Don't know if you're aware, we took the 2 trees. One tree, it came over in a storm. The other one we took down in cremation 2 in front, in that little island out front. So we took the other one down and decided to go a different way. So I have bought 2 metal benches, poured concrete and put in there. Mike Bradford actually has showed up yesterday and is starting to put some stonework in there that we're doing. And just so you know, it only cost us half. He's donating half from his business and stuff. So I thank him for that. We're gonna do a little more thing. We're probably gonna put a little pergola in the back of cremation 2 just to dress it up a little bit. With that, Tom Kinchett came over and talked a little bit on his property. We own just a little bit over the fence. They're kind of where cremation 2 is. Last year, it kind of got out of hand and overgrown. So this winter, when it was kind of nice, I sent a couple guys over and we've cut quite a bit of it out, cleaned it up. And I think that's why he was coming over, just to thank me, and got in piles. But we cleaned the fence row out, cleaned all that stuff out, way out some of the old trees. People like to look at the lake from there and then like park at the chapel. So we've taken some old junk trees down and different stuff and opened it up so people can see and sit there and have lunch and whatever they want.
And it's kind of on the west side of the property, right?
Yes, west side of the property. So all the way back in the office and stuff. And Tom talked today. So it'd be the northwest side, back behind as you go around the back gates. There's a little woods there that he owns, and some trees have fallen over. One took out our fence. We cut it up and stacked it. He wants to go in and clean if his health is good. He says he can get his little thing in there and clean, and I offered our help if he needs help. I said, Bob, if you can't, we'll come in and help cut up a little bit. But they can kind of hang over that driveway, which is totally fine, but we just had a pretty big size one go down. We cut it up and got the fence fixed, and no big deal. So we try to help share him with that. He was out front mowing. That's the other day, he got his tractor stuck, so. But he does that, yeah. So anyway, so 2 we're working on just to dress it up a little bit, and it's not in there. 3 is going real well. That's a big selling point. Wish I would have done it a long time ago. As you know, cremation 2, the concrete was poured, everything was done. We spent quite a bit of money to get that started. Then the way of the future, I guess, if you want to call it, people want bigger stones. So I created this 3 where it's half the size of a full lot. They can have the stone the size of a full lot. You can bury 3 on there, and we're actually honestly making more money. They pay for the foundations, depending on their stone size. It took me and two other guys maybe 4 hours to pin it. So we already had the land, so basically it's more money coming in for us for the burials and the lots and the foundation work. And this is, it kind of personalizes a little bit more, because in cremation 1 and 2, they were limited on the size of stone that they could have. So it looks like that's kind of the way of the future, and we'll continue to do that as cremations grow. Preacher stand, which I hated to put that word in there because we had some problems with that before. We have done a little work on the steps. I do have a new step framed already. It'll be in this next pour. I had contacted Rick Timmons from Button Timmons. One of the big heavy caps that sit on the angle had fallen off. If it was flat, I could do it myself. I don't know how to hold and do that structure, so he's gonna come out and take a look at that to help me fix that. And so we're looking at a new paint scheme. Don't know if I'll get it done for you for Memorial Day. We'll be close. We're just gonna paint a little different, do everything else. The tops part's been done, and then I have to make a new set of doors for the back out of wood, which is no big deal before we get it all painted. So it should be all spruced up hopefully by the end of this year is my goal. With that, yeah, and you were still using it. When is that date? I was gonna write that in there.
That's,
I'm sorry, I should have put that in
no,
there.
that's fine. You can go, keep going all.
Okay. Ken has been, excuse me. We have dates and everything, which he's gonna get for you here. 4, excuse me, is where I'm at. Summer help has all been hired. 1 will be starting this month, the next 2 will be starting the other month. They've already got them all set. In fact, Board of Works will see it tomorrow as far as their pay and hire. So the 3 guys are coming back. 1, I had 4 originally. The 1 got his internship and is moving on, and I think getting married and stuff and getting more on his career. So I'm not replacing him. And the reason I'm not is because we put on a new employee. We have now 6 instead of 5, so I don't think I need that 4th one for the part-time. We'll see after this year. With that, back into the water problem, as you see, number 5. Hydrotech has been, we've been in communication. He has not been out yet. He's gonna come out and we're gonna see what a price is to drill a well back at the shop. And so we're using well water instead of Indiana American water to water and do just some different stuff. With that, I got a tank from wastewater, non-drinkable. It's a big, I don't know if it's chemical or what, they boil them out. And I put it on a trailer, put a pump and everything in so we can pull behind the gator. And what that does is I have one in a pickup truck, it's 160 gallon, this is 300 gallon. And they gave me another one, so that'll be where we can draw water from back there, and plus I'm putting it back by the sod farm, so when we water the sod farm, it's a well, and we're not paying Indiana water for all the water. We still using Indiana water in the new section, and part of this plan with the engineer is eventually, once we get the office chapel fixed with a new line is where we're heading, then we will go out and determine how to hook on to the north-south roads. I want to come straight across, and I want to put shut-offs at each one so I can control it, not like it is now, and then liven up the north-south, and that'll be it. With that, the office, if it works out, when they come in, they'll have to bore right off the chapel parking lot. I want to build a fill station there, like a 2-hydrant fill station that people can come and get a 5-gallon bucket of water, stuff like that, that we can control to make it easy, because there's still a lot of people that come and water in the old section and stuff like that. So they currently can get it off the chapel spigot, but we will put a water station in there if that works. Which is number 6, talks about the water trailer. And honestly, the last one I have is, you can see it out there, after a little over a year and a half, whatever, we finally got a new work truck and took the other one down in the fleet. That gives me 2 3/4 tons to help the city in winter to plow. I do have another 1/2 ton with a blade that'll stay in the cemetery, but we can get it open in a hurry, and then we can go out and help the city get open. I currently do that now, and then I'll have another guy that will train and do whatever, so we can go do alleys and stuff like that to help out the street department when the bad weather hits, is what we're currently doing. So other than that, not a lot. I want you to tell you, the guys are working hard. They're keeping it nice. It's looking really good. It really is. We talked about that a little bit earlier. What you're seeing, the hardest part with us to deal with right now, it's kind of reverse. Because usually this time of year, you got water up above, not a lot down below. And it's actually reversed. We have a ton of water underneath right now. We're having trouble with graves and tops are drying out. So this is really weird. We kind of need water, but we don't. It's kind of a catch-22. I was talking to Jeff Johnson and he asked me, he goes, it's kind of weird this year. And I said, yeah, he's having the same issues. So even though it's dry on top, there's a lot of water underneath right now. The farmer's probably really happy about it, but I don't know. I mean, that could spoil crops, as they tell me, but it's just a tough year. We got all that moisture that's down there running right now, and we're go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, the whole, like, where all the graves are and all that kind of stuff, that's not really, you don't water that, do you? Or do you?
Yeah, we cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we do a full body ashes, the sod is cut off. Okay, of either one, like a full body or ashes.
Right.
It's rolled and hid. And then after the burial takes place, we tamp it all in and we re-sod.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to water
Yeah.
because we have shocked that sod
Yeah, yeah.
or it'll
I
die.
see. Okay.
And then we have to, several times, if we don't get rain, then we'll have to, we
Right.
have to water.
So-
That's why the water trucks and stuff.
Okay.
But
I
then
see.
in the dry season or whatever, you get into where you're watering the new trees a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the mayor was the same way. He goes, you use a lot of water. He didn't think we did either, but
Right.
we do that.
Okay.
Currently, like right now, we would be sodding the sod farm or seeding the sod farm, but being the weather and we got everything done, it is already seeded strawed, so we have to keep that constantly
Sure.
watered to grow. And we also, this year, which is we've been through with the weather and filled a lot of low spots throughout the whole cemetery. So we have spots all over the place with seed and everything that we gotta,
Sure.
if Mother Nature doesn't give
Doesn't
us the
do it.
rain, we gotta keep water, or we just
Absolutely.
wasted our time. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's probably the most top dirt that I bought is this year, because I started early. I think I'm on my 4th or 5th tandem load of
Oh,
dirt
wow.
right now, just to get things back to where they need to be, and I could probably we could keep going. I mean, we will if we can, but I mean, what's nice is I have a guy with a CDL, and Dustin lets us grab a tandem truck. It's cheaper to buy it by the tandem than go out with 1 tons. It costs more with the 1 ton, so we can get a larger amount at one given time and save money. So, yeah, we're doing a lot of filling and sprucing. So you guys understand is now, over my years, it was all equipment, we're kind of at where we should be equipment. Now, the only thing is, and I was talking to Dustin the same, and he's in the same way, is you want to get equipment up so when you trade it in, you have trade value to save the taxpayers money.
Sure.
And I worked with a lot of stuff that was very old that you weren't going to get, and Dustin's getting there now, I mean, a lot of lacy stuff or whatever. And so our mindset is to try to keep that equipment, trade it when there is a value that's not costing the city a bunch of money.
Sure.
Is where we're trying to head. We currently are at that spot right now, okay, as far as with our equipment. The only two is maybe 2 dump trucks, but the 2 dump trucks that I was gonna trade didn't have a ton of mileage on it. And my heart says no, the beds were bad. Well, thanks to the street department, they went in, put all new steel inside the beds, reconditioned them for me, and we're going. So
Good.
that type thing. So they're not really, they'll still make money to trade in what we're doing, but so just so you know, equipment-wise, we're pretty good. Mowers rotation, stuff like that, the track hoe we just did. So it's just kind of jockeying that around, making the right decision when to trade is what we're doing now. So it's not like we're using equipment where it's constantly being fixed. And that's kind of what you want to get out of.
Sure.
So we're there. So my focus is more on that cemetery. How can I beautify it more? That's where I need you guys. That's why that up there in the old business, if you come out and you see something, run it through me. Get it through. It's like I always say, it's not mine. But we do, the only thing we can do is the compliments we get tell us we're doing a good job. Because what we do is not a complimentary business, follow me? It's not, it just isn't. But when these people come and tell us it's really nice and they're with their loved ones and it's beautiful, that's a notch in our belt. That's what we look for. So it's beautifying, doing wall work, different stuff to make it a place. Because I know you can't come out and spend weeks with them. If you do, like in the summer, there's hundreds of people that come out. It's like a park.
Yeah,
I mean, I have people that come out and picnic and jog
Really?
and run. Oh, yeah, all the time. And more than welcome. We don't care. So that's why we're trying to make it nice appearance-wise.
Well, you do. You do
So-
make it nice.
Anyway, with that, like I say, they're doing great. Sorry it's a short meeting, but I don't have a whole lot. Just we're in the summer stuff and going at it. like I say, I can tell you funerals picked up. We did 8 last week. I've already done, oh my, 6 or 7 this week, so, for some reason. So they're just kind of up right now, but.
I noticed on the year-to-year thing, looked like we were like 2022, is that there on the blue there, is that a running total, or is that
Where are you at?
there on the first page of the, right after the third page? Year, males, females, total, on the upper left
This one
side
here?
there? You're right there, Hal, no.
This one?
Yeah,
Okay, that's for April.
that's just April?
Yeah, and if you go back 2 more pages, will be
Okay.
year-to-date for you.
Okay, I see.
Follow me? So that's,
Yeah.
basically, we break it down, so you have, the first 2 is just April,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last 2 is year-to-date to give you all the totals.
And then you're comparing those to like April of 2016, April of, is that what that is?
Yeah, and you can see in the top left, if you go back the second last page in year-to-date,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see totals up in the left-hand corner from 2016 to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So, we keep a run on all that, and then we have all this data stored, but it just gives you, if you look at the last part, year-to-date, where cremations is at 24, but if you look in April, it's 56.
Yeah,
So what that swing is a lot of it, I mean, it's not like, wow, cremations are really going. A lot of people, when they pass away in the winter, and they get cremated, people wait
They
till it's
wait.
warmer, yeah, to lay them to
the-
rest,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
that's what you see a lot of that.
I see.
And you get it varies, but usually it's right when it warms up that they'll start scheduling, so that's what hits us right there. Because last week I did more full bodies than ashes. But then this week I've had what they call drop-offs, different stuff, people come and they're trying to get things taken care of.
Sure.
So that's why you have the 2 totals there.
Okay.
So year-to-date, we're pretty much on pace. From what I looked at, I don't see anything big or changing currently, so.
Okay, thanks.
That, all I have, sir, unless there's other questions. Went kind of quick. Sorry, not a whole lot to talk about, but please come out. You're welcome. Come see everything and see what we do.
So Memorial Day is May 29th.
Okay, got it. Memorial Day's May 29th, you guys. I just was gonna bring that up and forgot to write down the total.
Memorial Day, I was waiting for the date.
There you
Yeah,
go.
It's May 29th,
Okay,
so.
now, next meeting, if you're done, I just want to throw this at you. This lovely lady can't be here the 1st and wants to know if we can do it the 8th. That'll be between you guys. If you're done with me.
So, move it to June 8th, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we just move it next month if you're all okay with that.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
That's between you guys to vote, not me.
It's
I'm
fine,
not-
I got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
So you're all good with the 8th?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the next meeting will be the 8th.
Very kindly, gentlemen, appreciate it.
Anything else?
Anything for me?
Not, sir.
Good job.
Well, you know where I'm at if you need me.
Okay, yeah.
All right?
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Being
too. I
adjourned.
My littles will like that, it's their first T-ball game, and,
Oh,
Oh,
that'll be
geez.
good, that'll be
Yeah.
good.
you know,
Yep.
the monsters. Trust me, they are.